Since the first mission for the Manned Orbital Laboratory, MOL-1, was rushed to be launched prior to the Soviet Salyut-1 station launch, the part of the station that launched into orbit wasn't fully outfitted with the planned reconnaissance and observational components. What did launch was the habitation module, nicknamed the HAB, which was equipped with the mating adapter, nicknamed the MOLMA, to allow the observational module to be attached at a later date. The MOL-1 mission ended on May 15, 1971, when the two-man crew performed an orbital boosting maneuver to prevent a re-entry in case of a delay of 6 months. They then shut down the station, undocked, and re-entered the Earth's atmosphere, landing off the coast of California. It would be 3 months before the second mission, MOL-2, was ready for launch. Sitting atop the Reconnaissance and Observation Module, or the ROM, the crew launched atop a Titan 3M from Vandenberg on August 20th, 1971, on a night launch. Like the MOL-1 mission, MOL-2 had a flawless launch and orbital entry. Using the lessons learned from the Gemini 6 and 7 missions just a few years prior, the crew spent just 3 hours in orbit before catching up to the vacant MOL above Antarctica. Since the crew would need to dock the ROM to the HAB, the crew of the MOL-2 could not use the large front-facing Gemini windows for docking, which meant that the crew would have to rely on poor-quality video cameras and radar telemetry data to align and dock with the MOLMA. This maneuver proved more difficult than anticipated, and it took several aborted attempts before the crew was able to make good contact and allow the several slots to twist, creating a hard dock. The exhausted crew then entered the ROM, and after making additional pressure checks and power-up procedures, opened the hatch to the HAB and prepared for a well-earned rest. Due to the success of the MOL-1 mission, the MOL-2 mission was extended to 60 days to allow the crew to get the equipment up and running and to test the effects of longer-term missions on the human body. To reduce the strain on the fuel cells and provide extra power to the observational equipment, the ROM was outfitted with a set of solar panels. It was also filled with extra cargo, which had to be removed and stowed in the hab before the crew could get to work getting the ROM operational, which they did after 5 hours aboard the station. After nearly 2 weeks preparing the ROM, the program hit its first snag. A high-gain antenna on the ROM, used for large data transfers of photos and other data, failed to open. The crew would have to perform a spacewalk to investigate the cause of the failure. This contingency had been planned for, and arriving with the ROM were a pair of fully functional EVA suits. On September 12, 1971, a single crew member closed the hatch in the heat shield of the Gemini and used the capsule as an airlock, opening the large doors of the Gemini B and moving outside. Using handrails, the astronaut reached the antenna and removed a small bit of debris, perhaps lodged during launch, which immediately freed the antenna. After a short 50-minute EVA, the Gemini hatch was closed and locked, repressurized, and the ROM was fully up and running. The crew would spend the next 4 weeks conducting reconnaissance work, making solar and lunar observations, and testing the limits of human habitation of space up to that point. On October 21st, the crew once again boosted the station, powered it down, and undocked. After performing a short separation burn, they performed their deorbit burn, landing just off the coast of California 5 hours after undocking. The station would stay vacant for just 9 days before the next mission, one even longer, would begin continuous habitation of the MOL for the rest of the program.